Alright, good afternoon and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the official YouTube channel of Sure Success Nigeria. So today we want to discuss about JAMB cutoff mark. Discussing about JAMB cutoff mark became necessary because of the myriads of questions that I'm getting through my social media channels, and because of that I've decided to not really to do an extensive work on JAMB cutoff mark, but to just do something sketchy on it, and maybe sometime later I'll be able to do something that will be considered very exhaustive. But for now, I want to point out the fact that candidates are confused when it comes to this issue of cutoff marks. And immediately after JAMB is written and the results come out, you find out that candidates are searching the internet looking for cutoff marks, and most of the times they see the cutoff marks, but you discover that even when they see the cutoff marks, they are very confused, and sometimes it is very difficult to know or to differentiate between what is genuine and what is not. So these are the challenges that candidates face. All right, so we can't actually deal with it exhaustively in one video, but I want to begin by letting the candidates know, and this is very important. I want to begin by letting them know that there are two types of cutoff marks. To begin with, of course, you can have several cutoff marks. Okay, you have general cutoff mark. Okay, this one is the first and the most basic. General cutoff mark. The general cutoff marks are the minimum scores that candidates are expected to attain or exceed before they can be offered admission through JAMB caps. Now, this is very important. Before they can be offered admission through JAMB caps. Now, these general cutoff marks are determined at JAMB policy meetings. So, JAMB policy meeting is a yearly meeting organized by JAMB that normally has in attendance the education minister, the vice chancellors, the rectors, and many other stakeholders in the education sector. In that meeting, JAMB fixes or determines the general cutoff marks for universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. Are you getting it now? They determine it and they fix it. Now, what they do is to fix the minimum cutoff mark. Now, this is the minimum that no institution, whether university, polytechnic, or college of education, is permitted to go below. But institutions have the right and they are at liberty to go above those cutoff marks set by JAMB. So that becomes the minimum. Once you score anything below the minimum cutoff mark, no matter what, even if you want to enter a private school, you will not be able to do so, because every admission is given by JAMB. Every admission is given by JAMB. Okay, so that said, at the end of that, institutions, especially federal universities and some state universities, will fix what is called their school cutoff mark. They will fix their school cutoff mark, and this school cutoff mark is now what an individual is supposed to get in order to qualify to sit for post-UTME if such an institution still writes the exam, okay? Or what qualifies the candidate to register for screening if they are doing O-level screening. So take for example, JAMB can say that the cutoff mark for 2023 for universities is 140. And a school like Unilag wakes up to say that Unilag cutoff mark, Unilag JAMB cutoff mark, get this, Unilag JAMB cutoff mark is 200. So if they say it's 200, then it's 200. If you get 200, as far as Unilag is your prospective institution, you must get up to that 200 in order to have the opportunity to sit for their post-UME. Now, what we are talking about is not yet your departmental cutoff mark. Are you getting it now? So when you find out the cutoff mark of your institution and you are able to maybe you reached the cutoff mark and you are able to do your post-UME registration, you write the post-UME exam and your result comes out. It is when your results come out that candidates can now begin to think about cutoff marks for courses, cutoff marks for individual courses now. Now you've seen your JAMB result, you've seen your post-UME result. It is with these two results, together with, for some institutions, your O-level results, that you can compute your aggregate. So cutoff mark for courses, what you call departmental cutoff mark for courses, are determined based on candidates' aggregate scores. They are determined based on candidates' aggregate scores. So it is your aggregate. So sometimes immediately after writing JAMB, candidates are searching for cutoff mark, and what they are seeing are courses cutoff marks that are based on aggregate scores. Meanwhile, these people have not written post-UME, and they are more confused than they were even before they started searching. So the purpose of this video, which I'm about to end now, is to enlighten you towards understanding the fact that there are different types of cutoff marks. Even some institutions will place JAMB, like Unizik for example, will place JAMB cutoff marks that are different for different courses. If you look at Unizik, the JAMB cutoff mark, we are talking before the post-UME screening, the JAMB cutoff mark for medicine and surgery cannot be the same as the JAMB cutoff mark for botany or for microbiology. They are not the same. So you find them placing some courses, the cutoff mark for some courses, JAMB cutoff mark for some courses as 160, placing JAMB cutoff mark for some courses as 180, placing JAMB cutoff mark for some courses as 200. At the end of the day, they will pass through a screening process where aggregate scores are computed. The departmental cutoff marks will be based on those aggregate scores. You need to understand this. The departmental cutoff marks will be based on these aggregate scores. So if you just finished writing JAMB and you are looking for cutoff marks, whatever you see on the internet, be able to interpret it. Know what you are seeing per time. Know what you are seeing per time. Know when you are seeing cutoff marks that are based on what? On aggregate scores. So that you don't say, I saw the cutoff mark for my course and I did not score up to that. Meanwhile, you've not written post-UME. Meanwhile, the cutoff mark you are seeing is for those that have written post-UME. Everything has been added together and divided appropriately. So you need to be properly guided, and that is our job in this channel, to properly guide you so that you'll be able to take the right decisions and do the right things at the right time. So I urge you, if you are watching this, to click the subscribe button. If you have not clicked the subscribe button, you can see the bell icon. You can click on the bell icon so that you get notifications every time we post a new video. All right, I hope you got the point I'm trying to make. See you in the next post.